Ladies and gentlemen, good day and welcome to the Q2 FY26 earning conference call hosted by Geojit Financial Services Limited. As a reminder, all participant line will be in the listen-only mode, and there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions after the presentation concludes. Should you need assistance during the conference call, please signal an operator by pressing star, then zero on your touchtone phone. I now hand the conference over to Mr. Satish Menon, Executive Director from Geojit Financial Services. Thank you, and
Thank you very much for everybody to join. This is Satish Menon from Geojit offices. Along with me in my room, we have Jones George, Executive Director, Liju Johnson, the Company Secretary, Hini Nair, the CFO, and on the call there is Mr. C.J. George, Chairman and Managing Director, and Jai Shashidharan, who is the CIO. As usual, I'll start with, and before I start, wish you a very happy Diwali and a new Samvat. Hope this Samvat is better than the last year. So I'll start with a small synopsis of the quarter and the half-year earning, and then we can open up for questions. For quarter 2 FY26, the total income was 172.95 crores, which is 13% up from the June quarter and 21% down from the previous year. Income is split into two primary areas. Equity and equity related was 81.64 crores, which is 6% down from the June quarter and 37% down compared to the last year. Financial products income 62.33 crores, which is 66% up from the June quarter and 12% up from the previous year. The 62 crores is split into again two primary source: mutual fund income, distribution of mutual funds, 33.06 crores, which is 11% up from the June quarter and 7% up from September last year. The second important item in financial products was insurance. Insurance distribution income was 27.37 crores, which is 343% up from the June quarter and 17% up from the last year. In terms of total expenses, 142.64 crores for the June quarter, which is 22% up from the 142.64 crores for the September quarter, which is 22% up from the June, and similar compared to what we had in September last year. PBT 30.3 crores, 17% down from June and 60% down from previous year. In terms of recurring income, income to recurring assets, we are at 25,935 crores. The split is given in our investor presentation, of which primarily is mutual fund AUM of 16,751 crores. In terms of broad split of expenses, employee expenses out of 142 crores, 75.40 crores was employee expenses, which is up 28% from the June quarter and 5% up from previous year. In fees and commission expense, which is directly related to the business, 21.43 crores, which is 9% up from the June quarter and 28% down from the previous years. Others, which includes IT expenses, marketing and all, is at 36.9 crores, which is 24% up and from the June quarter and 7% up from the last year September quarter. In terms of employees, we are at 3,501 employees compared to 3,065 employees compared to September of 24. This is all I wanted to say about the synopsis of the September results. Now we can open up for Q&A to take specific questions. Over to you, operator.
thank you, sir. We'll now begin with the question and answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask question may press star and one on their touchtone telephone. If you wish to remove yourself from the question queue, you may press star and two. Participants are requested to use headset while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. Thank you so much. Anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and one on their touchtone telephone. Our first question is from the line of Joseph Mithun. He's an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Hello. Good afternoon, sir. This is Joseph. I'm an individual investor in the company, and I thank you for taking my question. Sir, I have two questions. My first question is that, we have seen the income go up by 13% this quarter compared to the last, but the profit before tax is down by 17%, right? What could be the reason behind this difference? And my second question is that, could you also share a breakup of the insurance premium that is collected during the last quarter and how it compares with the same quarter in this previous year also? So these are my two questions to you, sir.
Okay. Request Mr. CJ George to take up the first question.
Good afternoon. Mr. Mithun, good afternoon to you, and thank you for this question. It is true that our expenses have gone up, and this is very evident in the decline in the profit. And the expenses have gone up because of two reasons. Number one, we have started hiring more number of employees in the field. This is largely for the sales function. So this is likely to yield better results going forward. Probably it will take one more quarter to start seeing the the fruits of this deployment. This is a well thought out strategy from our side, and we are deploying these people largely for our distribution business. We are also increasing the number of offices. The next important investment that we are making is in IT side. So we are making some hiring for the IT infrastructure and general technology organization. So this is basically to strengthen our position on the technology side and for various applications. Because of this, there is an increase in the expenditure, which was planned expenditure, and this is likely to yield results going forward probably by the end of the year. So this is what is the explanation for the decline in the profits. Thank you. Satish, you could answer the other question.
Yeah, before I answer the second question, just one more addition to what Mr. George said. The increase also includes an increase in spending on the marketing. So that is also a sizable increase in marketing expenses which we have incurred in the second quarter of this financial year. Coming to the second question on insurance breakup.
Yes, sir.
September 25, the premium, life insurance premium was 51 crores compared to 38 crores for the last year. Renewal was close to 72 crores compared to 48 of last year. And health insurance of 5 crores compared to less than a crore compared to last year same quarter. So overall, in terms of premium collection, it is 128 crores compared to 86 crores for last year. I hope I answered the question.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Wish you all the best for the coming quarters.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, just a reminder, if you wish to ask a question, you may press star and one on your touchtone phone. Next question is from the line of Lakshmi Narayan KG from Tunga Investment. Please go ahead, sir.
Yeah, good evening. A couple of questions. Now, just want to understand what is the yield you have on the mutual fund distribution business, and what is the mix of this in terms of equity and debt?
So on the average yield on the 17,000 plus crores close comes to 0.76.
Okay. And how does it compare with the yield when compared to the previous year?
I'm sorry, sir, but there is a disturbance in the line, sir.
Yeah, is it better? Sorry.
Yeah, it is slightly better.
Yeah.
So this is 0.76 after tax. Over compared to last year, it should be around 7% less. That is primarily because of B30 not being in force this time. So average yield, excluding B30, has more or less remains constant.
Okay. And on the on the broking part, right? Do you actually provide leverage for your clients, and how that has actually changed in the last few quarters, because there have been some regulations on that front. So can you just elaborate on that part?
So in terms of the changes brought out by the regulator over the last 1 year, that has been primarily on the derivative side, futures and options, not much impact on the cash side of the business. And if you notice our split of brokerage, primarily it comes from equity, and from there, inside there it comes primarily from delivery business. So what we have seen is actually our derivatives volume going up quarter and year on year, but we are a very small player on the derivative side. So in terms of the leverage restriction which the regulators have brought, we do not have much impact on the business for us.
Got it. And why the broker services revenues has been trending down in the last couple of quarters? Can you just elaborate what led to that decline?
So brokerage revenue for Geojit is directly linked with the volumes in the exchange.
Mm-hmm.
If you notice, the volumes in the exchange for these 2-3 quarters are on an average down from what we saw the whole of last year, and that is reflected in our business also in terms of brokerage.
Okay. So right now, what is the mix of flat brokerage versus right to the transaction brokerage we have on the cash segment?
I'm sorry, I did not understand the question.
No, there may be flat. I mean, you may be offering different products. One could be just flat fee per delivery, cash delivery, and then there would be something which should be tied to as a percentage of the transaction, right? Do you have a mix of that, or it's predominantly only flat rate?
We don't have flat rate.
Okay, so it's completely on this. Okay.
It's completely on the volume.
Got it. So then the interest income from the clients, right? Can you just elaborate on what it constitutes?
Okay, CFO will answer.
So interest income is constituting majorly it is due to the interest income from margin funding.
Uh-huh.
And then a small portion is from the funding we do for that 5 days T+5. So basically we call it delayed fee charges plus margin funding.
Okay, and what is your outlook on that? How you think this would actually shape up, this margin funding number?
We think there is a scope still there in margin funding. If you have seen in the last 6 months or so, the margin funding book of the exchange has gone up. So we also feel that there is still some area left for people to still grow that business. Having said that, it all depends upon what is the activity in the market. We have always seen that a volatile market with an upward bias gets you more margin funding business. But if the market is subdued, with a downward bias, margin funding business may not grow. But having said that, I think the overall outlook for margin funding business looks like it can still grow from here easily.
Got it. Sir, if I look at your employee count, last year it was something, I think you mentioned 326, 3,000, and then I think it came down at the end of the financial year, which is Q4 25, and again it has actually gone up. So, was it a conscious choice to bring it down, or because you actually made a point that you are actually ramping up people? So, and also in earlier calls you had mentioned about adding wealth management in for NRI/Middle East, right? Can you just help me understand what is your thought process on employee count?
So most of the additions, what you see, has come in this financial year. And most of it has come in Q2 only.
Okay.
What you saw for quarter 4 compared to quarter 3 or quarter 2 of last year was a natural progression. But the net addition, what we have seen, is this year. And we will continue to invest in employees, which means to say that we are still going to recruit a similar kind of people in the second half also. This number of 500 odd people consists of both, of course, largely from the field, and secondly, primarily on the wealth side and on the IT side.
Okay. There is a point that was made that you wanted to increase your wealth business from Middle East, and there is a significant opportunity there. Can you just touch upon how the last 6 months has panned out on that particular strategy?
So this is Jones George, Executive Director of the company. So in the Middle East, the wealth focus will predominantly be driven by the new entity that we are opening in the DIFC. The entity is expected to be operational at the end of this quarter. We are still completing the regulatory formalities there. Alongside our joint ventures in the Middle East are continuing to be aggressive on the distribution side. We have in fact made some changes in the leadership in the UAE, where the new CEO has joined, and he will be taking over from Jan 1st.
And how much you think over a period of 3 years or so it can actually contribute to your income?
So we do not provide forward-looking numbers. I'm sorry.
Got it. No, there is a mention that there's a scope of increasing it to multifold in terms of at least the wealth under management. So I just wanted to kind of understand from that point of view, because I think 2 quarters back in the call you had mentioned what kind of scale up it can actually happen.
So there is immense potential in the Middle East, especially in the UAE. Sorry?
Go ahead.
So there is immense potential in the UAE. There are considerable there's considerable wealth being moved into the Middle East. So there is a lot of potential there to grow the wealth business. Our distribution business has been growing consistently in the Middle East. Having said that, there is among the NRIs, there is a split in portfolio between INR denominated products and USD denominated products. So you will see distribution there skewing towards USD products because of concerns on the Indian rupee.
Okay. Thank you so much. And I have more questions. I'll come back in queue.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, just a reminder, if you wish to make a question, please press star and 1 on your touchtone telephone. Our next question is from the line of Thomas, an investor. Please go ahead, sir.
Hello. Thanks for taking my question. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
We have seen a surge in other operational income this time. Could you break down what are included on the other operating income? And one more question is that, regarding a DIFC, give an update on DIFC business is progressing and where things currently stand right now.
Non-operational income include
Other operational income.
Other operational income. Okay. So the major component is interest from GCPL. We have this subsidiary called Geojit Credit. So the company is lending on loan against shares, loan against mutual funds, etc. So the interest income from that business is 2.68 crores. That's a major income in the other operational income.
Okay.
And regarding DIFC, I had already answered in the previous question. The entity is expected to be operational by the end of this quarter.
Okay. Thank you. That's all from my end.
Thank you. Next question is from the line of Lakshmi Narayan KG again from Tunga Investment. Please go ahead, sir.
Yeah, thanks again. I just want to understand what is the cash we have, at the company level. And, of course, there is something which you use for treasury, and then just want to understand how much you would actually earmark for margin funding.
Okay, so the cash net worth for the company is 1,081 crores, out of which around 65 to 70% is used for basically funding our loan products and for our working capital requirements on a regular basis. The rest is invested in fixed deposits and mutual funds, etc.
Got it. And there's a line item on software revenues, and that is seems to be little seasonal if I see for the last 4-5 quarters. Can you just elaborate on how it is billed, and can you just help me understand what is the outlook there?
So the software revenue is from our subsidiary Geojit Technologies. You want to talk about it?
No. Geojit Technologies is by and large doing in-house development. This is actually on a time and material basis. We don't have that kind of a work outside as of now because we are in the transformation mode. A lot of internal development is taking place.
So this software income of 1.5 crores primarily comes from non-Geojit income, which is a very limited, which is a small portion of the Geojit Technologies total income.
Yeah, so basically that company is focusing more on the internal implementation of software. So what you are seeing is only the external income, which is a very small portion of their total income.
Correct. So on the employee count of 3,500, can you just give us how many people are actually focused on technology alone?
180.
Around 180 people are in the technology division.
180.
180.
And how much it was maybe at the start of this financial year?
More or less same.
Yeah,
More or less same. The additions comes in terms of the senior people, not on the junior side. So the number would have increased by 10 or so in that department.
Got it. Sir, and we are a predominant name in Kerala, and especially among the premier investment shop in South India. Now, I just want to understand how your revenues are split, within Kerala and outside Kerala, which is essentially clients either who have their origin from not origin, maybe they are based in Kerala. How have you done in the last 1 year in terms of revenue mix?
Okay. CMD, would you like to answer it?
Sadish, I will take this question. At the moment, roughly around 35% of our income revenues come from Kerala.
Sir, I didn't hear it.
Roughly 35%.
35. Okay.
Yeah, 35% of our revenues are from Kerala. This was slightly higher, but we are scaling up our business in rest of Kerala. So this is likely to come down when we expand our business in rest of the country. But currently, we are aggressively expanding in other South Indian states also.
Okay. Sir, and when I see we have a very good technology stack, but I see that there are a lot of discount brokerages that are actually scaling up in terms of adding clients, etc. Right? So, if you look at our broker business, how you think this in this scheme of things, and what is the average yield you get on your broker services income stream?
With regard to competition from discount broking, I can only say that the market is very large. The customers who need help and guidance to create long-term wealth, they come to us. We have branches all over, so we develop long-term relationships with the clients. So our view is that there is enough scope for us as well as for discount brokers, those people who want to merely trade, possibly they will go to discount brokers, but most of our clients are clients with investment focus for creating long-term wealth. We are seeing clients coming to us even in this competition, but our clients will have relatively higher net worth and relatively higher disposable income as well as savings to invest in the market. So this you could give the details of the yield from broking.
So in terms of yield, of course, it is updated in our shareholder presentation, but just to split, for the cash market, that yield is 16 basis point, that is 0.165%, and the total yield, that is the consolidated yield, cash and F&O put together, comes to 1 basis point, that is 0.10%.
Got it. Fine. I'll get back in queue.
Thank you.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Just a reminder, anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and one on your touchtone telephone. Ladies and gentlemen, just a reminder, anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and one on their touchtone telephone. Thank you.
I think there are no further questions. We can conclude the call.
Sure, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. On behalf of Geojit Financial Service, that concludes this conference. Thank you for joining us, and you may now disconnect your lines.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
If you found this video helpful, please like, share and subscribe to Concall India for latest upcoming Concall.